Hi, I'm Amy Cornell. I'm your Texas broker with Front Real Estate, here to help you real estate better. I get questions from my agents a lot about what should I do when a consumer asks me to discount or rebate a portion of my commission. And my response is probably a little different than you might have heard in the past. I will tell you what I really focus on is that if the consumer is asking for a discount or a rebate, then in my opinion, we have not really shown what value we are going to give to that consumer. And that's difficult to do at the beginning of the transaction, right? It's difficult to show them all of the things that we do. But that is our challenge. That's our role as a salesperson, is to really help them understand, hey, I am going to do this and this and this and this. And so with that, I would say you need to be prepared with evidence of success to show, hey, this is what I'm going to do for you. Okay, you need to really be able to explain it well, and you need to have those pieces. So maybe evidence of success looks like bringing in a portfolio and saying, hey, I had this listing that we did professional, or we did staging on, we did professional photography, we did video walkthrough, we did a video, a marketing video. We pushed out using this variety of Facebook ads. This was our ad spend. We looked at, we had it targeted to this type of consumer that was right for that property. Of course, we'll find the right subset for your property as well. We had a series of open houses, and we really focused our marketing efforts, and we got the consumer the exact price that they were looking for within 30 days. Having something like that is so much more powerful when somebody is coming through and asking for a discount, rather than just saying, well, no, we just don't discount. The other thing I would say that you really need to be prepared with is some thoughtfulness behind your pricing. Okay, so for my agents and my brokerage anyway, there is not just a standard pricing. Most brokerages are getting to that place too, where really it is a conversation between the consumer and the agent as far as what would be appropriate pricing for the level of services that they're receiving. And so if you as a practitioner are not able to stand up and say, I am worth every single penny, actually I should be charging you more, but I've already discounted down to that rate, then that's really not a great place to be. It's difficult for you to stand up and say, yes, this is my price, if you're not confident that that is what you should be charging. Okay, and I know that sounds different than what a lot of other people are talking about. I know it's a different type of concept. But if you go into that listing or working with a buyer, either one, and you are so confident that that price is the right price, then really the question of discounting or rebating really just becomes an education process with the consumer to help them understand what you do. Now, if you feel like, hey, I don't know, would I pay myself that much for that service? Well, then you might have a problem as a business owner. You may not be charging that consumer the right amount. You may need to rethink, what is my unique value proposition, my UVP for that price? How can I make sure that that's in alignment? And if that's something that means, hey, I need to change, I need to up my game, I need to up my service level to meet that price, great. If that's something where you're thinking, you know what, maybe I need to modify my pricing. Maybe I need to offer a cafeteria style and have, a lower, middle, and high tier of services. Whatever that is for you as a business owner, you need to explore it. You need to look at that and see what that might be. And I can't tell you that, hey, there is a one size fits all for everybody in the business. That's what is so cool about this business, is you get to serve your clients in the way that you believe is correct and that you can really feel good about as a business owner. So don't be afraid to make those choices, to figure out what that is and to go. Don't just take, hey, this is how it's always been done and this is how it needs to be forever and always. I will tell you, if you do decide, hey, I have kind of my standard pricing and then I want to offer a discount or a rebate to one client or something like that, that's totally fine from my perspective too. You need to check with your broker, but that's totally fine. What you need to do is just make sure that you're writing up your paperwork in the correct way. So for me, if you were, let's say that you wanted to discount on a buy-sell transaction. So let's say that you have a consumer that is looking to buy their kind of forever house. They're also looking to sell their house. Then you need to make sure that you're documenting that in the right way, whatever discount you were offering. So let's say that you were offering them a 1% discount on the sale. Okay. They were selling a house for $250. They're buying a house for $350. And so you don't really want to offer the discount on the buy side. And because the commission was likely already included in the purchase price of that $350 house. And so you said, hey, I'm going to take off 1% of the sales side. So then make sure that your listing agreement shows a 5 or whatever, if you were doing a 3% to the buyer's agent, 2% to you, you would have a 5% total commission rate on the sales side with 3% going to the buyer's agent on the listing agreement. Then at the same time, you would want to execute a buyer representation agreement that says you're going to get paid 3% on their purchase. You wouldn't want to discount up front and not have the back end secured, but it is very customary to go ahead and discount on the sale versus discounting on the purchase. So let me talk a little bit about discounting on the purchase. If you have a buyer that you want to discount to, we would really more call that a rebate, because most of the time that commission rate has been established by the listing agreement and then by the MLS agreement between the listing broker and the buyer's agent broker. So again, confirm how your brokerage wants to do this. But if you said, hey, I'm closing this house for my mom and I wanted to give her back 1% at closing of the amount that I'm receiving, then on the CD, it would show a 2%, or it would show potentially a 3% to you with a buyer credit to your mom. You would need to talk with your broker about how to specifically show that. You would also need to talk with the lender, because that does count as funds towards the buyer's closing costs or towards the buyer. And there are restful limitations on how much they can receive, especially if the seller is already crediting them fees. Okay, what you don't want to have a situation is where you're paying them off the CD. So where, hey, I got in this money at closing and then I'm going to rebate you some money after closing, either via check or gift card or something like that. It would be a much cleaner transaction to have all of it on the CD. That way then everybody can see it and there's no question of RESPA compliance, because the title company is going to help you with that. Again, talk with your broker. Make sure that whatever you are deciding to do is good. Again, what I would say is that you really just need to set the appropriate price for your services up front. And then really it takes all of this discounting and rebating kind of off the table, because you are clear about what you're providing for what cost. That doesn't mean that it's everybody's across the board at the exact same pricing structure. It's that you're really taking action as a business owner and can really stand behind the services that you provide. I hope that helps. Good luck in your business.